Very sad day for the city of Chicago, very sad day for the Chicago Police Department as we laid to rest Officer DiFranco. You know, true hero, somebody with hundreds of commendations, somebody well respected by his peers. The sadness is compounded by our inability to give him the kind of send-off that is typical for a Chicago police officer whose life is taken in the line of duty. We're doing our absolute best to recognize his sacrifice, to recognize the daily sacrifices of first responders and healthcare workers during this time of pandemic. Just makes it very difficult, very difficult. But I think that his family, who are in the church doing the send-off without normal CPD numbers and support, are heartened by the fact that we were able to do something as best we could do for him. You know, he's a very, very strong family person. His brother's in there, the CPD sergeant. His family, he has very close family ties, comes from a very strong Italian-American family. I think that he is first generation, born in the United States, spoke Italian fluently, somebody that loved his job. You know, I've heard nothing but praise for his work ethic, you know, and his desire to make a difference. You know, I think he is very, very typical of a CPD officer, which is a very positive thing. Well, one of the things that enables police officers and firefighters to do what they do is they recognize that if they do have to make the ultimate sacrifice for their city and for people that we work for, that they'll be recognized for it, and they'll be remembered for it, and that they will be supported by their peers and by their city. And so, even though that is still true, and I know the city supports our first responders, even though that's still true, this makes it more difficult. I mean, normally we would have a gigantic outpouring of support for the family. There'd be thousands of police officers and firefighters here, and we just can't do that today. You know, we just can't do that. And it's so we're trying to do this in the most respectful possible way to still show our support for people that can't stay at home, that can't shelter in place, that have to go into places where, quite frankly, most of us would not go.